It has been quite gloomy today and it is raining outside, so I'm going to try and hurry through this video because it is a little dark. This is the 7-month update for Pan That Palette, and I feel like I've made some pretty decent progress this past month. It hasn't been, overly astounding. I didn't finish off like 10 shadows or anything, but I feel like I did a pretty good job. So I'm going to start off with the Maybelline quad here. So let me insert last month's progress update right here. And this is what the quad looks like after 6 months of use. I know there's a glare on there, so I'll try and avoid that. And this is what my quad looks like after 7 months of use. So a lot of changes in this palette, or quad. I keep calling it a palette. If I do, I'm sorry. So first change, this pink shade, it is completely finished. I'm kind of sad about that. That was my all-time favorite shade in this quad, but I'm trying to use it up, so I guess the end goal, it's fine. The white shade, obviously there's a huge chunk missing out of that, but I do have a new shade sitting down here. This shade right here is actually a combination. I had this shadow in my collection over here. Back here, this is where I store all my makeup, right over here in that red thing. So I took a little teeny chunk out of this shadow. I'll see if I can find where the shadow came from. I think it came from Ipsy, but I will write that down in the description box. It's a really pretty color, but I just feel like it's a little too something. It just doesn't look right on my eye. I wish it was a little bit lighter. So I actually took a little bit of this white shadow and a little chunk out of this one here and made that shade up there. This is not my original idea. I specifically took this one from Lena7623, Jess. I'll link her channel down in the description box. She has some really cool kind of tips and tricks on how to do stuff like this, so I suggest you go over and check out her channel. I enjoy watching her videos. She's one of my favorite project panners. I've been watching her for well over a year and a half even. Anyway, this is the new shade that I created. Let me give you swatches of all three so you can kind of see. Alright, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the difference. So this is the white from the Maybelline. This is the shade that I had from Ipsy. And the shade in the center is a combination of both of them. So this one, I feel like it's a little gold for me in certain lightings. This white one is just so stark against my skin, but this one I can actually use it as a face highlight too. So this shadow right here is what I have at the inner portion of my eyelid. I actually only have these shadows on my eye today. So I have the brown in the crease and kind of pulled over into the eye, and then this new shadow that I created at the inner corner and out. I have a little bit of the white right at the tear duct area, but that's what I have on my eyes, is this little quad. So anyway, back to the quad. The brown, I've been trying to use it more to kind of deepen up the outer corner, and this month I'm going to use the brown to just do an all over brown eye. I might use something like Malt from MAC to kind of use as a transition shade, but I think I can get a large chunk of this brown out for the month of August. So I'm really going to step it up a little bit with this palette, or this quad. I'm actually looking forward to it, especially with this new shade, because this white shadow, initially it was a really stiff, kind of hard, powdery shadow. And now that I mixed it with this one, it's super soft, very buttery. I don't know if it was just adding a little bit of this in and kind of changing up the composition of the shadow, or if it was just me repressing it to where it's not so tightly packed. Not quite sure why, but I'm loving it so much more now, and I'm really happy to be using this again. I was kind of running into a wall with this white shade. It was just not my cup of tea. So anyway, that was it for the quad. Now we can move on to the Urban Decay Deluxe Shadow Box, and I'll insert last month's progress right now. And this is what my palette looks like after 6 months of use. and this is what my palette looks like after using it for 7 months. So, unfortunately, I was not able to finish off this fishnet shade. I just didn't use pink very much this past month. I think I only used it like twice, but I really only think that there's 1, maybe 2 applications left in there, so it'll be gone really early in August. So anyway, the black one, 0, right up here, didn't finish that one either, but there's such a little amount that I could just use that for liner for a couple days and it would be gone too, so I'm okay with that. I kind of went out of order for a minute, but we'll just keep going along the top. Honey has a much bigger dip. I did use this one wet on the eyes a couple days ago, and so it kind of left this weird film in the pan. It's weird. I need to just use it a couple times and that'll come off. Ransom was already finished. Graffiti, I hit pan on Graffiti. That's really exciting. This one took so long to hit pan on. I thought I would hit pan in a week. No, it took longer than a week, but I didn't use it every single day that week. I did skip 2 days in that first week, so I did make up for it because I did hit pan. I think the easiest way to use this one is just going to be to either use it all over the lid or to just use it as liner. Same with this blue one, Peace. I think these two are probably going to be used up the most as a liner, but that's okay. I've gotten through the black one already. I feel like something about this Peace shade, it's so pigmented that it works the best as a liner out of all 3 of these here in the center. So I'm actually looking forward to that a little bit. I don't mind wearing blue liner in the fall. I'm not really, big on that. I don't care. Shag has a much bigger dip in it as well, so that's exciting. And then Scratch and Underground were both finished. So I have really high hopes for this one too. I don't think I'm going to be using this one as much once 0 and Fishnet are gone. I'm probably going to focus on the quad a little bit more, but I'm really happy with how this palette is progressing. The colors that I have left, I could do, a 3 eyeshadow look using just those 3. I'll probably put the brakes on this one a little bit, focus on my quad for August a little, and that's it. If you want to watch somebody else pan this, she's probably already finished with this palette by now, but Ronnie, I'll link her channel down in the description box. We've done a couple swaps back and forth, so she's actually panning this one too. I'll link her channel and her videos for this panning this palette down in the description box in case you wanted to go watch somebody else pan it. But anyway, that is it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.